Yes, good morning, students. Let we can see the state. What is the state in the ReactJS? State and props. These are very important. Props means it is nothing but a property. To come when we are communicating from one component to the another component, we need a props. Okay, passing the property from one component to the another component. In the previous session or previous video, you have seen observe how to pass the property from one component to the another component. In this video, we can see how we can use a state variable, how we can create the state variable. Okay, state variable is very important. Is a special variable. Is a special type of variable. In React, actually, a state variable is a special type of variable used within a component to store and manage data that can change over time. Okay, that is called as a state. Okay, let we can see how we can create a state variable. First, any component we need to import the React from React class myState. MyState is a class component name which extends React.component, which extends a React.component. There will be a constructor. In this constructor, we are creating the state variable by using this dot state. Count colon 0. Count means this will be the state variable for storing the values and managing the state of a particular component. So count is the value of the count is initially it is 0. You got it right. How to create the state variable means by using this dot state we can create the state variable. So render, there is a in a class component we have two different methods, that is constructor as well as the render method. In the render we have it will be written the HTML content, that is return div p count colon within the interpolation this dot state dot count. So it will display the count value. To access the state variable, we need a this dot state dot count. So it will display the value of that particular count. The initial value of the count is 0. So it will display the count 0. Button on click. Button on click means this will be the event. Whenever the event has been happened, it will update the state variable. How we can update the state variable is by using this dot set state. By using the this dot set state count colon this dot state dot count plus 1. It will be always incremented by 1, the state variable. Okay, you understood, right? For example, if you give in a cricket, every time the players will play and score some, one player will for 6, another one will be some score will be they will get. Each time the score, what is the score variable is there, scope variable can be considered as a state variable. Every time when the player says played, each time the play count, score value will be get update. The same thing in this example also, if I want to update the state variable by using this dot set state, set to update the state variable, count variable. So count colon this dot state dot count plus 1. Whenever the user has been click the button, every time the state variable will get updated by 1. Okay. Let as usual we can create a fold file by using file name like plus symbol, and then can rename the file name like my state always the component name will begin with the capital. So we should have to import class my name is the component name which extend react.component. We have the inside the class component we have two methods, that is constructor as well as a render. Constructor means inside this we have the state variable, that is this dot state count is a state variable. To create a state variable, this dot state equal to count colon 0. The initial value of the count state variable will be 0. Render means, what is the render means? It will return the HTML content to the UI, user interface. So render which contain the return statement, inside this will be written the HTML content to the display. So it was a div HTML button. Whenever the button has been clicked, initially it will be display within the interpolation flower bracket this dot state dot count. So the count value will be initially 0. When there will be a button, another button on click. On click is an event. Whenever the user has been clicked the button, this it will be update the state variable. This dot set state of count colon this dot state dot count plus 1. It will be get every time. Whenever the user has clicked the button, every time it will be incremented by 1. So this is called as a state. And also here I got it how to event will be happen. Button on click is an event. This will be we need to specify the event handler function. Whatever this arrow function, this will be the event handler function. So let we can see in the we can use my state in the parent component inside the parent component. First, we should have to import my state from it will be automatically it will be import from the my state. Next is my state. We can add the my state. See my state m is begin with the capital, so it will be indicate that it is a component. See this div is begin with the small letter. It is a HTML tag. To distinguish this, we need to have a capital and small letters. That we can recompile. It will be in run, and we can go to the this localhost browser. See the button increment button will be added with the count is the initial value of the state variable is 0. So it will be displaying the initial value of the state variable is 0. Whenever they click the button, it will be get incremented by 1. Again, it will if we click again, it will be get incremented by 1. This is the way how the state will be work. Okay. Thanks friends for manage. Next we can see the next video.